What I think was so skillful about the way the film was constructed, the way it was written, and the way Gavin Hood cast it and directed it, is that these people all have a relationship with each other, a fairly direct relationship with each other, despite the fact that they're sprinkled about so far across the globe. Their job descriptions are completely different. They wouldn't have had any reason to suppose their lives would interact at all that day. And yet this story puts them in an intimate relationship. He's someone who exhibits incredible intensity of feeling and also conscience. He, I think, as much as any actor I know, really, he's a person whose way of expressing conflict is very, very powerfully pronounced on both sides of the conflict, an utter determination to do the right thing, and also a sense of being absolutely overwhelmed by everything that lies in the way of that. It could have been something rather generic about General Benson. You know, he could have just been General sort of brass, waffling away and complaining about, you know, inadequacy of decision-making process. And Alan has a way of being very, very specific. He turns it into something that could only be him. And there's gravitas in abundance, again, searing intelligence, and a very, very unique kind of humor. Barkhad Abdi is another one who you feel is the star of the film when he's on screen. You can feel it's all about him. In fact, one or two people have said that somehow he's the main character. It's partly because he has a film to himself, in a way. You know, he's the one on the ground. He's the guy in the action film, if there is an action film. You've got a talking film here, and you've got you know, two people poised as pilots here, and then you've got all the chases and the explosions, and Barkhad is the center of that. And he's another one. I think I keep finding myself drawing attention to the humanity of the actors involved, but because I think that's in some ways the success of the film and how it was cast. One warms to him, one identifies with him, one trusts him. Guy Hibbert wrote this script 8 years ago, and he was looking to the future at the time. When he wrote it, there had been no government-authorized attacks on a British citizen in foreign territory with the use of a drone. That has happened since the film was shown. At the time he wrote it, I don't think there were these little bird drones and beetle drones, and you know, those were science fiction at the time. And those things now exist, and as far as I understand, they're deployed. So reality has caught up with the, you know, with Guy's crystal ball. Because Phoebe and Aaron are so sympathetic and compelling, Powell and Benson could seem like monsters. And it would be all too easy for the rest of us. You know, these are the bad guys ordering this drone strike. It's nothing more than an assassination. It's top-heavy military swagger. Just, you know, we'd all be booing and hissing those characters and cheering for these. And the film does not let you do that, because you can't hate Alan Rickman's character and you can't despise Helen Mirren's character. You do at moments. I think there are moments where you are chilled by what they're prepared to do. But the film does not let you feel that for very long. It's part of what keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's not just the tension of a thriller. That's largely what it is. But I think it's also the constant moral agony. What a hellish decision to have to make. It does not allow you the luxury of just rooting one way all the time for something. If I were in a stressful situation, if I was stuck on the top of a mountain or in a desert or in a polar expedition or in a sinking ship or something like that, I'd like to have him in control. He exudes benevolent authority. He's fiercely intelligent. His mind never stops firing. His articulacy is exhilarating, and his energy. I mean, he's tall, good-looking man. He's in the film. He's the commander of the drone base. You see a sample of his rather warm, but solid kind of authority in those scenes. And I said to Jed, he's going to get the film made. I want the arguments that you hear in the film to continue after the credits roll. And I've seen that happen already. I want those questions to go round and round and round and round. I want people to agonize over it, to argue over it, to possibly change their minds, to challenge themselves. I think that, and to consider the implications. I don't want to prescribe a point of view.